everybody and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video we are going to be doing a review demo of the Devinah Cosmetics Moonwell palette. This was in a collaboration with Angelica. You've heard me talk about Angelica 1,000 times on my channel. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, and so when I saw that this was coming out, I believe this launched like a month and a half ago. So I've had it for a while, so I've used it. I've done 4 different looks with it. A demo of this look today. This is actually recreating one of her looks in a Get Ready With Me. I'll have that linked above and you can kind of see where the inspiration for this look came from. I have used every shade in this palette, so I know how I feel about the palette for a review. But I do have some swatches and I will have a close-up. That's what this is on my arm. I just finished taking some pictures of those, but that is all on my arm. This palette retails for $60 and you can use her coupon. You can use that for an additional 20% off of this palette. Only her code will work on this. Moving on, I want to go ahead and go straight into the demo and then I can wrap up some of my thoughts on everything. Hey everybody, so we already have one eye done. Well, semi-done. I'm going to finish it up a little bit later, but this is where we're starting with, and I'm going to walk you guys through what I'm going to do to this eye now. Sorry, looking at my viewfinder, this is reverse. But I'm going to walk you guys through what I'm going to do to this eye now. I am recreating, I'm sure I've already said this, one of the looks from Angelica's video where she did a Get Ready With Me. So I'm going to go in first with this orange down here. I don't remember the name. And I'm going to go in with an Morphe M433. I use this brush quite a bit. Sorry, I'm going to be pulling out my pineapple mirror just because this palette does not have a mirror. So I'm just going to go out and start sloppily applying this to my crease just wherever. I'm just starting to build up the lines. Now that I'm starting to get that shape going, I am going to work at building up my outer corner a little bit, so I'm going to start tapping a lot more of the product. And I am tapping off my brush every time I'm dipping in. So I'm just going to start doing that. I just want to kind of deepen that outer corner up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Sigma E25, again mine's dirty, and I'm going to go in to this raspberry shade over here, and I'm just going to tap into that, tap off the extra, and then this is just going to go straight to my outer corner. So I'm just going to start tapping this in here. And then slowly bringing it into my crease. So I'm now going to go in to this deeper plum shade right here. I'm going to use my same E25. And this one, mine, I don't know. I took this with me to LA and like while traveling it got really puffy and I kind of just had to repress it back down. But since then it's been like really powdery. And I don't remember if it was like that when I took it to LA or if that's just something that happened when I took it traveling. So again, I'm just tapping this on the outer portion of my eye. And this doesn't have to be perfect, but it's looking really close. I don't normally do one eye and then try to copy it. I try to like to do it at the same time, but I wanted to try something different. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe M433 again. And just kind of tap this in here just to kind of help this to blend a bit. I think that's holding shape pretty well to what we have. This eye is generally a little bit easier for me to do, believe it or not. So now I'm going to go in with the duochrome, the pink duochrome on the top row right here. And I'm just going to go in. I'm going to dab. This is just a Bodyography shader brush. I really like this one. I have like 3 of them. And then I'm going to spray it with my Fix Plus. That's not Fix Plus. There's so many people using Fix Plus. I use the Smashbox primer water, not the Fix Plus. So now I'm just going to tap this on my lid. Kind of work it back here. I'm going to go in. My brush is still pretty wet. Tap that off. I'm not getting a ton of fallout, which is really nice. And I just kind of almost hold my brush at like an angle when I do that to kind of curve it down and in into my crease. And I just kind of want to get that in there. But that looks pretty good. So that's the eye look right now, what we're looking with. I'm going to add, I might extend this pink a bit more into my inner corner, and then I'm going to do some smudging underneath my lower lash line. Okay, so this is kind of where we are at right now. I have you guys zoomed in quite a bit, so let me know if this is a little better. My filming setup is decided to change a lot to be able to film like this, but let me know if you guys do like this better. I think you can see the eye look a lot better, which is nice. I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and then we'll get back into the rest of the video. Like I mentioned earlier, I do already have several looks. I am going to post some pictures of those here just so you guys can see some of the other looks I have recreated. I've done a look with all of the greens, and then I've used all of the berry tones, and then I've used these other shades in a variety of ways. Just in other looks as well. Overall, I think this was my first time trying anything from Devinah. I really like her formula. I will say what's really cool about her brand in particular, it's all made in the US, and then all of her shades are hand pressed and handmade. So she grinds, her and her husband do this, and her husband grind every single one of these eyeshadow palettes out and then press them themselves by hand, which I think is super amazing. It's hard to find brands that do that anymore. No big brand is doing this. It's only indies, I would say, that are doing this. So to find something like that high of quality is super awesome. I have had an interaction with their customer service. Their customer service is amazing. They're really quick at getting back with you. I have no complaints there. The shipping was insanely fast. I think I had this within a couple days of me ordering it, which is awesome, especially again for a smaller brand. This palette is still available right now if you wanted to pick it up. I will say these two shades over here, this green and then that tealer bluish green in there, those are a little bit flaky, but I don't think that's anything hard to work with. I was able to build it up. I think using my finger or using a wet brush really worked the best for those. The same with these two highlighters, which are really cool because this is the first time that these are available in an eyeshadow palette, because both of these were formerly just as available as highlighters, and Angelica wanted to put it down to make it into the size for an eyeshadow palette, so that's really awesome. I did use this pink shade as my highlighter today. I don't know if you guys can see, but I did go ahead and use it as my highlighter. I really am liking these like duochrome highlighter shades on the lid. Again, that is what is all over my lid to make that like light pink iridescent, and I think it looks really pretty. But overall, I definitely really like this brand. I want to try more from them. I've heard so many good things about Devinah, and so when this collection came out, that I just knew I wanted to pick it up to support Angelica. But yeah, I highly recommend this. I found all of these shades really easy to blend out. I didn't have any issues with that. As you guys could see in the demo, I think they all looked pretty well, and that was pretty standard. My experience with today is what I've had in the past. So I definitely think this is a pretty nice palette. It's definitely a good buy for $48, and it's nice to support a smaller brand that's handmade, especially in the US if that is important to you. But this is definitely something I would recommend to friends and family to pick up if you really like these shades, because this is the price of an Anastasia palette if you break it down. And then when you look at where your money is going to support a small business, I would much rather support a small business than to continue to pump these mainstream brands full of money. But that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!